Gather round, friends, it's time to unwind. With aprons tied tight, our hearts intertwined. Out in the kitchen, where laughter takes flight, we'll chop and we'll stir till the stars shine bright. With each spoonful shared, memories ignite. So come join the feast, it's cooking with John tonight.
Woohoo! Chocolate chip cookies. Aha, one of our favorites. Let's make them. This is funny. Last time I made these chocolate chip cookies, for such a long time ago, let's just see, I just had to buy brand new, okay, so vanilla lasts 4 years. My vanilla was expired in 22, so I probably made these in what year? 2020. I thought we were in the 1900s. Oh! But what you do, and I got this award-winning soft chocolate chip cookies. I printed this out in 2017, and my wife's over there getting everything ready for the Christmas dinner tomorrow. She is working on her sausages right now and in the veggie tray. But this was done by Deborah Brunsick, and she put this on all recipes, and she said her daughter made these and won a red ribbon. But the thing about what I do is I changed it a little bit to what we like to do and tweaked it. So we're gonna do this. I gotta make 2 batches, one for my wife over there because she loves a lot of chocolate chips and nuts, and one for my friend Kurt that doesn't want no nuts but make them gooey. So, and my wife likes dunkers, a little bit more crispy so she could dump them in her milk. It calls for 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I already did 2 cups right here, and right now you got to sift this, so this is going to be right there. That is my other 2.5 cups, and it calls for 2 teaspoons of the baking soda. So I'm going to put that in there just like that. Put that over there. I'm already making a mess, everybody. And now we're just going to shift that right in. This is very important, everybody. So we're going to get this going, and we're going to set this aside, and then we're going to start getting the rest of this put together. I am going to put this up in the refrigerator overnight. I will be cooking these tomorrow morning, Christmas morning. So we got that fresh chocolate chip cookie smell throughout the whole house when people show up. But this is for any time. There we go. Ooh. And I had a little bit of my flour right there, and I love making a mess with flour. My wife doesn't. She gets mad at me, everybody. So, now, that's all done. It's getting late. We got back from church. I got my big pan here. So let me move this. Hello, phone. We're gonna put this off to the side. I'm telling you, everybody, I went shopping yesterday. Worst time to go shopping. Hi, wife.
Hi, wife.
She said hi, everybody. She's gotten all the sausage done. Now she's working on the relish tray. But there was no powdered sugar. There was no flour. Things were just ripped apart. So this calls for instant pudding, vanilla. You could use any. I need 2 3.4 ounces, but I can only pick up 5.1. So I'm going to use 1 and about 1/3. Should be about right. And then tomorrow we do it. So it says right here in the large bowl, cream together the butter, brown sugar, and white sugar. Well, this is the part where I change. If I have it, I use this, Crisco, and it is the butter flavored. I use this instead of regular butter. But if I don't have this, I use regular butter then. I think this makes a better cookie. So let's get that in here. I love baking, everybody. But I love making a mess when I bake too. But my wife doesn't like it. But she loves when I bake. I am not really big into sweets anymore, everybody. That's why I kind of learned to cook by baking. But my wife is a sweetaholic. That woman can eat like you wouldn't believe the sweets. So I always told her, she says, well, why don't you bake more for me, sweetie? I love it when you bake for me. And I go, but honey, if I bake for you, you would eat it all, and then you would be 792,000 pounds. And she says, so? Okay. So we put the butter in there. The brown sugar, we're calling for 1.5 cups packed brown sugar. Yummy, yummy, yum, yum. Brown sugar. So here's my 1/2 cup. I got all my measuring cups. I think I got everything ready to do this, but knowing me, not really. So you just get in there. Yeah, and then I ran out of brown sugar, so I had to go back to the store today. And let's just say, people are nuts. I would say that's a good pack. So I'm glad that we got in there. So for Kurt's batch, I'll make that on Thursday for him. Because it's getting late. And there's not a lot of brown sugar, and that was a little bit older brown sugar. The brown sugar and the white sugar, and the white sugar is calling for 1/2 cup, everybody. So I'm going to use, there it is, 1/2 cup. Come here, sugar. Now I'm supposed to cream this. Well, it gets a little bit more sugar. So let's see here. All right, now let's get this cream together. So I got that off to the side. I got my trusty little blender, or you could use your spatula. It's up to you, but I'm going to go this route. And we're going to do a nice low. Maybe a little bit faster. Sorry about that loud noise, everybody. Ooh, I just launched that. Get that Crisco. I like using the bigger bowl, everybody, because then it works. I got more room. Okay. Now. So I'm just going to finish it up this way. If you use a smaller bowl, it's easier, but I like doing it this way. It gives me more elbow grease, more way of doing it, because the smaller, the more of the bowl I use, the smaller. I'm always seem to be launching everything across the room, and my wife really gets mad when I put flour on the ceiling. I don't know if you ever done that. And we don't want to get the woman mad. She wants to eat cookies. Do you want to eat cookies?
Sure.
She said, sure. Ooh, those green peppers smell really good over there. The dips are all made up. We're just getting everything ready. And I like keeping this overnight in the refrigerator because I think it makes a better tasting cookie. So let's get this like that. Now that's good. Now we're gonna go like that. We're gonna take this. So I'm getting it in my hair. Is that why every time I make these cookies and I launch the stuff in my hair and all over me, that you come to go to sleep and with a glass of milk and you think I'm a giant cookie?
Yeah, I tried to soak your head in it.
Yeah, you're so mean.
Not really.
This is why I don't bake anymore. That looks really good to me, everybody. First step is done. I don't know why I'm walking over here, because I was thinking of this. So I can go like that. Now, beat in the instant pudding mix until well blended. Now, like I said, it calls for 3.4. So basically 7. These are 5. So we're going to go that route. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, yeah, I'll put this in a plastic bag for tomorrow, you know. So I would say that was 5.1. So now I would say right there. That's the right amount in my estimate. I'm going to put that over here, get it out of my way. Get this stuff plopped in here. Now the recipe that they say on here that you could use any type, you know. So any type of pudding, instant pudding. I don't know. I think vanilla. I never tried it any other way. Oh yeah, that's working in really good. Okay. Now we're going to have the fun part, everybody. Yep. I would say that got in there really good. And look at that, it's forming up really nice. Little elbow grease, doesn't hurt. All right. Put that right there. Now, the next thing you do, everybody, is beat in the pudding mix and then stir in the eggs and the vanilla. Now, that's 4 eggs for this. And it's been such a long time, everybody, since I made this. Your eggs have to be room temperature. Okay? I don't even remember how many cookies this makes, this batch. So we're going to learn real quick how many. Hey, honey. Dang, fries are done. Sometimes, Jane, I just entertain myself too much. Oh, stop smiling over there. Okay. Now, the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Well, this is where I changed it. I go with 2 tablespoons of vanilla. It's personal preference, but everybody likes it the way I do it. So why change it? Up to you. 2 teaspoons, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. But I think it makes a more rich, delicious chocolate chip cookie, everybody. Put that out of the way. And then it says blend, stir in. So here we go. Oh, that's smelling so good. I love the smell of vanilla. So we're working this all into its beautiful, goopy mess. So it's nice and creamy. I'll give it a blend here, I think, for a second. So hold your ears, everybody. We're going to give it a quick, smooth blend. There we go. Brown sugar that didn't break up. All right. We got that going. I think that's looking really good, everybody. And this is the consistency we're trying to look for right now. It's nice and smooth.
Photobomb.
That was a body bomb.
Body bomb, sorry.
All right, now blend in the flour mix. Finally, stir in the chocolate chips and nuts. Okay, here's our 4.5 cups. And I like to take it a little bit at a time. Let's say right there. And now I'm just going to give it a whip.
Whip it good.
Just keep on working it, everybody. If you got a mixer, blender, spread that out a little bit. Pick that flour up. Okay. And now I'm going to put the rest in here. Fold it right in there. That's what I'm talking about. Little elbow grease. I think you're really going to like this recipe, everybody. It's pretty simple. I know there's a billion recipes out there, but it's really not that hard. If you just take your time and a little thought and a little magic, you know, you make something so delicious. We put them in these little containers right on the counter. And then my wife just walks by, opens it up, grabs a cookie or two. Walks by, grabs it, grabs a cookie or two. She does that all the time. There was a chunk of the brown sugar that didn't break up. So I found another chunk. That's starting to look really good, everybody. Let's give it a little swirl. Let's see how this works. Move my garbage can over. We're really trying to get that all done like this. so often you'll find a little chunk. That's why the mixing is very important, everybody. There we go. Mostly clean. Let's feel that. Oh, that's just perfect. Nice and doughy. Not too sticky, not too wet. You know, that is just perfect. All right, now, it calls for 2 cups of chopped walnuts. Got them, we put a little bit more in there. What I like to do then is to give this a little love this way. And then the chocolate chips. Just look at that, everybody. That is just working out so perfect. We're getting them all built in. You know, it's a perfect. I'm not finding anything else like any part. So now it's just perfect. So let me get my chocolate chips. And we're going with the semi-sweet minis. And we need 4 cups of this, everybody. It's up to you. Less, more, but they're calling about 4 cups. And that is just under 4 cups. I'm gonna say okay because I don't wanna open up the other bag. If I was making the other batch right away, I would. Now, you hear that, right? We ain't got none of those chocolate chips built in yet. So now we're going to just work those chocolate chips in there with the nuts. Oh yeah. Telling you right now, there's not going to be enough nuts in that for that woman. I keep on lifting it, spreading in it, making sure all the chocolate chips are part of the dough. Some of them are going to fall out, but these are the minis. You just got to work it into the dough all the way through, just like this. And I would have to say that's almost all of it in there. Oh yeah, that's perfect, everybody. We have a very nice consistency. My hands are not all floury or wet. And now putting this in the refrigerator overnight is going to give it a great flavor. And tomorrow, the house is going to smell beautiful. Let me shut this off for a second and show you how I get this in the refrigerator. Wash my hands, and we'll go to the next step, everybody. Okay, so what I do is I roll them up. So I'm doing this in about a third. So that is the first roll. So you just grab them and you just start giving it a roll. Get over there. Ooh, we put an extra chocolate chip in there for my wife. And you're gonna want it, get back in there, nuts. The nuts are trying to escape the cookie. Get back in there, nuts. about 8, 10 or so inches. Now what you can do is you can freeze this, and then you can cut them so much easier. This one is just not working very good for me, everybody. So let's try it again. Those nuts are kind of like working and cutting the dough in half. I would say right there that, you know, and then you could just slice them. All right, last one. Trying to get the last of those. This one's going to be our double chocolate one. And then you kind of push it down like that, and then you wrap these up. Now, cookie dough freezes really good, everybody. You all know that. Freezer bought cookies. Oh, growing up, family used to make those all the time. Sugar cookies. But if you ever want to get up into your holidays a little bit, you get your cookies all made up and you freeze them, and you could take them out. Ooh, that one blew up right there, everybody. Well, let's do it again. It's the nuts. They're just taking it apart. Okay. That's better. So there we go, everybody. Now, you take your Reynolds wrap, and it looks like this one got all messed up on us. Your cling wrap. Let's just take that, wrap that up. Nice and tight, just like that. Now, put that in a freezer bag. You could freeze it, but for us, we're just doing it this way. We got a little bit left in here. Let's just smack that right in there. Stay there. Ha! We got it in there. Okay, what did I do with the wrap, everybody? Ah, right here. Let's get that out of the way. Let's grab a big thing of wrap here. Go just like this. Just down like that. A nice slice. There we go. We'll take the big log for this one. Just like that. This one's awfully thick. But that's okay. That means a little bit bigger cookies. Just like that. All the way. There you go, everybody. One last one. Oh, come on. There we go. Take this one. This one's awfully thick too, but that's okay. I don't think my wife's going to argue. Are you going to argue about your cookies being thick?
Probably not.
See? Probably not. I usually don't do it this way, everybody. I usually make them right away. But it's so late coming back from church. Right there. So now, what I'm going to do tomorrow, we're going to see how this works, because these are going to set up. And I would say I'm going to use this. And that's about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to put these you know, they'll be preset. I'm just gonna take it, put it like this and go slice. And then I'll have perfectly cut cookies. So right now, our cookies, chocolate chip walnut, is done for this part. All right, the cookies are done. We made up some. I made them a lot larger. I normally don't make them this big, right?
Not usually.
Not usually, right? They're usually a lot smaller. So we got out of this recipe at 12, 24, 36, 48 cookies the size like this and like this big. And I cooked them a little bit longer because she likes hers crunchy to dip in milk. So, here we go. Perfect cookie. So, Kevin, you get the taste. Mama, you get the taste. A little bit thicker than normal.
This is chewy.
Well, yeah, I know. They're crispy, really, on the outside.
We were just talking about crunchy. This is chewy.
Not chewy.
It's chewy.
Let it sit out for a minute. It'll become crunchier like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fat kid and I'm happy.
There's a lot of chocolate chips in there. How's your cookie?
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good, and good. I finished it up today, this day after Christmas. We got our chocolate chip, world famous chocolate chip cookies done. First place. Like I said, tweaked it a little bit. It's up to you. But those are pretty big cookies. I usually don't make them that big, but since I rolled them up in the tube, had them in the refrigerator, that's it. Now I gotta make a batch for my friend Kurt and then make the other dessert. But right there, do all that great stuff, my fellow cooks, my fellow bakers today, because we baked. So do the like, the subscribe, the share, the comments, you know, the notification. Till the next time we make up a beautiful cookie. I never get to eat them because before you know, they'll be all gone. Every time they walk by, grab a cookie. Until then, I look forward to seeing you again. Bye, my fellow cooks and bakers. This is Cooking with me.